Gentlemen, if you are over 50, improving pelvic blood flow is one of the fastest ways to restore energy, mobility, and male vitality. When the hips, glutes, core, and inner thighs get weak, circulation slows down. But when you reactivate these muscles, blood flow improves quickly. This 15-move routine is designed to open the pelvis, strengthen its supporting muscles, and pump fresh blood into the pelvic floor. Let's begin. 1. Pelvic tilt. Lie on your back with your knees bent. Press your lower back gently into the floor, tilt your pelvis upward, hold the position briefly, then return slowly. Keep your breathing steady and maintain full control through each repetition. This movement improves pelvic alignment, reduces stiffness at the base of the spine, and opens the vascular space around the pelvic floor. By decreasing tension in the lower abdomen, blood can move more freely toward the prostate, bladder region, and deep pelvic tissues that commonly accumulate congestion in men over 50. Two, dead bug. Lie on your back with your legs lifted to 90 degrees and your arms pointed toward the ceiling. Lower one arm and the opposite leg while keeping your lower back flat on the floor, then return and switch sides. This exercise strengthens the deep core muscles that stabilize the pelvis and support the blood vessels that run through it. By improving core control, the pelvis stays in a neutral position, reducing pressure on the arteries that supply the pelvic floor and helping blood travel more efficiently into the groin. 3. Bird dog. Move onto all fours. Extend one arm forward and the opposite leg backward while keeping your hips level. Hold briefly, then return and switch sides. Bird dog activates the glutes and deep spinal stabilizers, creating balanced tension through the lumbopelvic region. This reduces compression along the sacrum and encourages blood to move more smoothly through the pelvic floor and surrounding tissues. Four, bridge hip abduction. Lie on your back and raise your hips into a bridge. While keeping your hips lifted, open your knees outward, maintain the tension, then return slowly. This exercise strengthens the glute medius and glute max, which lift and widen the pelvic outlet. When these muscles activate properly, they reduce pressure on pelvic veins and arteries, allowing stronger blood flow into the prostate, perineum, and lower pelvic region. This is crucial for men who experience reduced circulation from sitting long hours. Five, clamshell. Lie on your side with both knees bent. Keep your feet together while lifting your top knee upward, then lower it under control without allowing your hips to roll backward. Clamshell improves lateral hip strength and stabilizes the pelvis. A stable pelvis prevents inward collapse of the hips, which can compress blood vessels near the groin. By maintaining better alignment, circulation through the pelvic floor becomes smoother and more efficient. Six, donkey kicks. Stay on all fours with your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Bend one knee to 90 degrees and lift your heel backward and slightly upward by squeezing your glute, then lower slowly without arching your lower back. This exercise restores true hip extension, one of the most important motions for healthy pelvic circulation. When hip flexors become tight from years of sitting, they compress the arteries that supply the lower pelvis. Strengthening hip extension through donkey kicks opens the front of the pelvis and improves blood flow to the prostate, testicular region, and pelvic floor. 7. Rocking frog stretch. Open your knees wide, keep your feet turned outward, and lower your hips back while maintaining a neutral spine. Rock your hips forward and backward, slowly and gently. This stretch releases deep tension in the groin and inner thighs, two major contributors to restricted pelvic circulation. By opening the adductors, the soft tissues surrounding the pelvic blood vessels become more flexible, allowing improved blood movement into the pelvic floor and inner pelvic cavity. Eight. Kneeling hip flexor stretch. Kneel on one knee with the other foot forward. Keep your torso tall and gently shift your weight forward until you feel a stretch along the front of the hip. Breathe deeply and avoid arching your lower back. Lengthening the hip flexors decreases compression on the iliac arteries, which supply blood to the pelvic floor. Releasing this pressure enhances arterial flow, reduces nerve irritation, and improves oxygen delivery to the pelvis, especially important for older men with chronically shortened hip flexors. Nine. Adductor stretch with legs up. Lie on your back and lift both legs upward. Slowly open them into a wide V shape. Hold the stretch briefly, then bring them back together. This movement targets the adductors attached directly to the pubic bone and pelvic floor. Lengthening them reduces tension on the blood vessels that travel along the inner thighs and feed into the pelvis. Hip swirls. Stand tall with your feet hip-width apart and place both hands on your hips. Draw slow, controlled circles with your hips in one direction, then reverse and circle the other way. Hip swirls improve three-dimensional pelvic mobility, allowing tissues and blood vessels within the pelvis to glide more freely. This reduces stiffness, enhances hydration of the pelvic floor muscles, and encourages smoother blood flow through the lower pelvis. (11) Shin box switch. Sit on the floor with one leg in front and the other behind in a 90-90 position. Keep your spine tall as you rotate your hips and switch to the opposite side in one smooth motion. This exercise restores internal and external hip rotation. When rotational mobility improves, the pelvic socket opens, reducing compression along the nerves and blood vessels that supply the pelvic floor. This allows blood to move more freely into the groin and lower abdomen. Side leg raise jack. Stand tall with your feet together. As you lift one leg out to the side, raise both arms outward like the top half of a jumping jack, then lower your arms and leg together and switch sides. This movement strengthens the lateral hip muscles that keep the pelvis open and stable. A more open pelvic structure reduces pressure on the vessels in the groin, improving circulation into the pelvic floor and reducing congestion that many older men experience. (13) Mountain climber. Start in a plank with your body in a straight line. Drive one knee forward, switch legs smoothly, and maintain a controlled rhythm. Mountain climbers increase heart rate and create a pumping motion that drives fresh blood into the pelvis. This repetitive hip flexion flushes out stagnant blood and brings more oxygen into the prostate and pelvic floor. 14. Inner thighs pulse. Lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. Place a cushion or small ball between your knees. Squeeze your knees inward, release slightly, and continue pulsing in a smooth, controlled rhythm. This movement activates the adductors and pelvic floor simultaneously. The squeeze and release action boosts venous return, stimulates blood flow to erectile tissues and the perineum, and strengthens the pelvic support muscles responsible for maintaining consistent circulation in the lower pelvis. (15) Reverse crunch. Lie on your back with your knees bent. Bring your knees toward your chest and lift your hips slightly off the floor, then lower slowly with full control. Strengthening the lower abdominal muscles improves pelvic stability and alignment. When the pelvis is stable, blood vessels are no longer restricted, allowing smoother and stronger blood flow through the pelvic floor and into deeper pelvic structures. Repeat this routine 3 to 5 times per week. Improve hip function, increase pelvic circulation, restore vitality, strength, and confidence. Your body responds quickly when you train the right muscles,